Titi stood by the window of her small house, staring out at the vast field that stretched towards the horizon. She thought about Adenike, her childhood friend, who lived on a large, prosperous farm with her husband, Shegun. Titi envied Adenike's life. She wanted the comfort, the stability, and most of all, she wanted Shegun. A plan began to form in her mind. It was devious plan, but Titi was determined to take Adenike's place. A few days later, Titi decided to visit Adenike at the farm. She wore a bright, friendly smile as she approached the house. Adenike welcomed her warmly, not suspecting anything. The two women sat on the porch, sipping cold drinks and chatting about old time. Shegun noticed Titi's frequent visit but did not think much of it. He appreciated the extra help, and Titi's cheerful demeanor made the day seem brighter. He didn't see the calculating glint in her eyes as she watched him work. One evening, Titi stayed for the dinner. She made a special effort to look nice, wearing a dress that she knew Shegun would like. As they sat down to eat, Titi complimented Shegun on his hard work and dedication to the farm. Shegun smiled, pleased with the praise. Titi, you are always so kind. Shegun said, it's nice to have you here. Adenike, unaware of Titi's true intentions, was happy to have her friend around. She didn't notice the way Titi looked at Shegun or the way she lingered a little too long when she touched his arm. After dinner, Titi offered to help Shegun with some work in the barn. Adenike stayed in the house, thinking nothing of it. In the barn, Titi seized the opportunity to get closer to Shegun. Shegun, you work so hard, she said, her voice soft and sweet. You deserve someone who appreciates you. Shegun looked at her, slightly puzzled. Adenike appreciates me, he said. We are happy together. Titi smiled, hiding her frustration. Of course you are, she said quickly. I just mean that you are very special man, and not everyone sees that. Shegun didn't reply, but he felt a strange unease. He brushed it off, thinking that Titi was just being friendly. Little did he know that she was planting the seed of her devious plan. When Titi arrived at the farm, she saw Adenike working hard. Adenike was feeding the chickens and watering the plants. She looked up and saw Titi approaching. Adenike smiled and waved. Hello, Titi, Adenike said. What a nice surprise. What brings you here today? Titi smiled back, hiding her true feelings. Hello, Adenike. I was just thinking about you and decided to come and help you with your work. I know the farm keeps you very busy. Adenike was very happy to have company. She appreciated Titi's offer and welcomed her warmly. Thank you, Titi. I could use some help. Let's work together. As the day went on, Adenike began to feel tired. She suggested they take a break and have some lunch. As the day went on, Adenike began to feel tired. She suggested they take a break and have some lunch. They sat under a big tree and shared food, a simple meal. Titi saw this as her chance. Titi, would you like something to drink? Adenike asked kindly. Yes, please, Titi replied, but let me get it for you. You have been working so hard. You deserve a rest. Adenike smiled and nodded. Thank you, Titi. That's very thoughtful of you. Titi went to the kitchen and poured 2 glasses of juice. She took out a small vial from her pocket and carefully poured its contents into one of the glasses. It was poison, and Titi knew it would harm Adenike. She stirred the drink to make sure the poison was mixed well. Returning to Adenike, Titi handed her the poison drink with a sweet smile. Here you go, Adenike. I made this just for you. Adenike took the drink, trusting her friend completely. Thank you, Titi. You are so kind. They sat together under the tree, talking and laughing. Adenike drank the juice, unaware of the poison inside. Titi watched her closely, waiting for the poison to take effect. After a few minutes, Adenike began to feel dizzy. Her vision blurred, and she felt a sharp pain in her stomach. "Titi, I don't feel well," she said weakly. Titi's smile faded slightly, but she kept up the act. "Oh no, Adenike, what's wrong? Let me help you." Adenike's strength was fading quickly. She looked at Titi with confusion and fear. "What did you do to me?" she whispered. Titi's friendly facade disappeared. She leaned closer to Adenike and whispered, "This is payback, Adenike. You thought you could be better than me, but now you will see the consequences." Adenike's heart broke as she realized what Titi had done. She tried to speak, but her voice was too weak. Titi stood up and walked away, leaving Adenike alone and suffering. As Titi walked away from the farm, she felt a mix of triumph and guilt. She had succeeded in her plan, but the weight of her actions began to settle in. She knew she had crossed a line and betrayed a true friend back at the farm. Adenike lay on the ground, her body growing weaker, but just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Segun arrived. He had come to visit Adenike and immediately saw that something was wrong. "Adenike," Segun shouted, rushing to her side. "What happened?" To be continued. This is episode 1 to 4 of My Stepmother, writer, area pointer. Thank you.